Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your December 2023 Tarotscope reading for your North Node by sign and house. And this is going to be for the second half of December, from December 16th through the 31st. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in tarot readings as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your everyday life and much more accurate in tarot readings than your sun, moon, or ascendant. Now, you're going to want to watch two videos. You're going to want to watch one for your North Node by sign and one for your North Node by house. So with that, we can begin the reading. I'm going to connect to the energies. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, North Node in Gemini and or the third house. This is going to be your December 2023 Tarotscope reading for December 16th through the 31st. Okay, so this spread represents the second half of December 16th through the 31st. And the card that popped out for you is the Five of Cups. And it's this second half of December, it's all about emotional healing and moving forward emotionally for you Gemini North Nodes or North Node in the third house. Your timeline cards are, you've got the King of Pentacles reversed, you've got the Queen of Swords reversed, and then you've got the Seven of Cups. Now, what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that there is going to be a situation the second half of December, and it's involving a couple of different players. Both of them could not be you, or one of them could be you in this situation. And we'll look at these two cards here, the reversed King of Pentacles and reversed Queen of Swords. The queens and kings, knights, and pages are called the court cards in the tarot deck. And they can represent energies in situations, or they can actually represent real people in our lives. In this case, I feel like this is talking about some real people. And as I said, one of these cards could represent you, or they could represent two separate people, and you being outside of this. Okay, so the King of Pentacles, we're looking at earth signs. We're looking at Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn people, okay, or have a very strong signature of an earth sign, possibly male. But the other thing about the court cards is they're not sex or gender specific. So a Taurus card that's a king could represent a female or any other gender, and the queen, the same thing. Okay, so they are not gender or sex specific. The other thing is with the Queen of Swords, this is representing the air signs. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so I'm feeling like someone that has that. Now, the situation itself, I don't know. For each of you, it's going to be different, but there's going to involve these players. And what this is doing is that this is going to get you to a point of emotional choices, like what to do in this situation. And this is really interesting for you because this is kind of a test at the end of the year here to see where you're at, because it's getting you to be flexible in maybe breaking out of a mold that you've been in, or breaking ways that you've been traditionally, breaking out of habits of how you deal with situations. It's getting you to think in new ways and breaking free from kind of doing and reacting the same way. And so there's going to be some emotional choices. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use that power of your North Node in Gemini and pull from lots of experiences you have had and things that people have told you, things you've learned, and pull from that to find out the best emotional choice to make in this situation. But the key here is multiple choices, because with that south node that you have in Sagittarius or the ninth house, that's kind of about like the singular path, meaning that people that have a strong Sagittarius energy or ninth house energy could be always kind of following the same pattern, just like breaking patterns. So that's what this is. And so you're going to want to approach whatever this situation is in new ways. So how do you do that? Well, your advice cards are, you've got the Nine of Wands and you've got the Two of Swords reversed. Firstly, what this card is, this is again about choices, but it's about learning from your past experiences. If you see the card here, this person has a bandage over their head, so they've been through some things in life. They've had some experiences. They've had a few knocks on the head, okay? And all these wands behind him represent these experiences, what you've learned from them. Excuse me. That's the thing about life, is that, we would hope that we would learn from experiences. Like a lot of times people will say, something will happen. They're like, well, I'm going to learn from that. I'm not going to do that again. And so that's what these are. Whether the situations were positive or negative, we will learn from them. Okay. So what you want to do is, when this situation happens with these individuals, you want to tap into your experiences and say, okay, let's say, I'll back up a bit. Let's say the situation happens with these individuals and you immediately want to go and act or react in a certain way. Before you do that, stop. And that's, again, this is the emotional choices here. Find out what is the best way to go. How do you do that? First, that's what this card is. You tap into, okay, have I done something like this before and has it worked for me? And if it hasn't, or hasn't worked well, what else could I do? What other experiences can I try a different route? The other thing is, with this card here, this is telling you um, to actually tap into your emotions in this. Okay. The interesting thing about your North Node and South Node is Sagittarius North Node or South Node, as well as Gemini North Node or South Node, are actually very intuitive people. A lot of times they don't really tap into it, but they do have an intuition. And that's what this is saying. This is saying, like, try not to just figure it out through the mind, but figure it out through your heart. How do you feel about it? What are your emotions about that situation? And so use a combination of like your logic and your intuition. That's what this is saying. And as well as your past experiences. And when you do that, what's happening is you're going to be able to make the right decision in this. And no worries. Even if, for example, maybe you handle this situation and maybe it wasn't the absolute best choice. That's okay. That's still a learning experience. But the heads up for you is that if you can do this and you can, like, tap into that Gemini North Node, tap into things you've learned, things you've heard, your past experiences in order to navigate this situation, you're going to be a lot better off, and you're going to end up, the end of the year here, with a win. Okay. And with the Five of Cups reversed, as I said, it's a positive card because even though there was a situation that was like an emotional hit, there are two cups still standing behind this person with a road leading over a bridge to better days. Okay. So this is going to ultimately, this could catapult you into a way better emotional state in your life going into 2024. So it really is a positive. But just remember those things that I said, and remember that, you know, you tap into all the resources around you, things people have told you, things you've read, things you've heard, what your intuition says, what your past experiences are, and then you'll be able to make the choice and or the choices that's going to be best for you in that situation, as opposed to going into an old pattern automatically. That's all this is, okay? Well, anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. You found some value in it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions in your life that you would like answers to and would like a personal tarot reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. Or if you would like your astrological chart looked at, where I can kind of see where your past was, where you're at now, and where it could be going in the future, check out my website and get some more information on that. But with that, again, thank you for watching, and make it a great, great holiday season. I wish you all the joy and happiness, and as we go into 2024. But again, thanks for your support and watching. We'll see you on some more videos. Many blessings.